making hay?
Oh, I'm just passing the mulcher on the road right now. Where was he mulching? I wonder if we're planting alfalfa. No. So he follows the land plane. The land plane runs. That mulcher will go. It's got that little deal that breaks up the clods, but then also sets a good bed for the Brilliant. We run a little 16-foot Brilliant planter. That thing is old. Probably as old as I am. My dad bought it from the neighbor when I was pretty young, so we're probably going to need to look at a new roller planter pretty soon. It's pretty boring. I don't think I've ever filmed it because that thing just it's an extremely boring planter. But if he's out here, usually that little tractor pulls it. But that yellow tractor, I would rather that yellow tractor pull that mulcher, that ultra mulcher, just because of the weight. But that little tractor does fine as well. But I guess it's better to put the hours on the old tractor, right? Well, let's find the laser. That's always fun to see. That new Fendt running. Found Manuel and the laser and the Fendt. You guys have seen him a few times this year. This is one of the fields where we're doing some custom work for the neighbor. We've never lasered this field before, and it really falls off. And a lot of this water, it's at the bottom. It's next to a drain ditch, and it just takes a lot of dirt out of here. So I noticed, I was on the phone, he did some work. You can see already the marks over here. He's moved a lot of dirt around, and now he's coming and finishing it off. We had a very light rain this morning. I was hoping it'd be less dusty, but not that lucky. We're supposed to get a lot of rain tomorrow. There's a hurricane up in Alaska, and then coming up, there's one coming up from the north and one coming from the south. And they're gonna run into us tomorrow. I'm gonna magnet this GoPro to the bucket towards looking at the tractor. Hopefully, see if we get some cool shots. How'd that look? Oh, got some dirt in my eyes. Whew. Hopefully we're good. Hopefully it looked good. Let's jump Let's jump on the drone. If you noticed, as Manuel was driving up the field, he had the bucket down and he was going along the border. When we run our borders, it leaves a 6-8 inch deep cut along in the dirt along the border. So he comes down the border and he goes back up, filling that cut in, so then he's not dumping dirt as he goes along the border. Then also, if you noticed, the parts that have already been done, they're real symmetrical with those turns. The top turn, where he is, it seems like he's going all over the place, and he is, but that's because he's moving dirt. This field, we changed the borders around because we are going to custom harvest this field. We wanted to fit the rakes, and this goes across the board for whoever's going to farm this field. If it wasn't us custom harvesting it, everyone still runs. When they do haying, everything's very similar in size. So this will now be set up for making hay, which this area is turned into. Before these guys would grow a lot of cotton, and border size was strictly based on irrigation. Well, now we change it, 15 feet here and there. So right now these borders were old. They've been like that for a long time. So we've changed these borders quite a bit, and so he's having to do a lot of extra work, moving the humps where the borders were, moving it around, displacing the dirt, putting it in low spots, cutting high areas, cutting low areas. And so he's doing that kind of, it seems like it's random, but he's got kind of a plan in his head for each border, what he's doing, and then he'll go back and clean it up, make it all nice, and then the land plane will come through, then that mulcher, and then the planter right behind it. I'm hoping we can find that planter. Oh, well, no, actually, that battery's almost charged. Let's go, I want to drone this irrigation. I've never shown you guys irrigation from above, so let's check that out. If you didn't already know this, irrigation in the desert in the Southwest is extremely frowned upon. They think we're wasting water. We've been doing this since before Arizona was a state. I'm an irrigation board that was founded in 1885. We've been here a lot longer than Phoenix has been the 5th largest city in the nation. So a lot of people think they're smart and they say, wow, farming in the desert, that's dumb. We didn't move here, we don't farm here because we like the climate. We do things here and in parts of California that you cannot do anywhere else in the country. For the small amount of ag that is in Arizona, we're a powerhouse for what we can do per acre. I'm not saying we produce a lot as a state, but per acre we do more than anyone else can really do. And that's why Arizona ag is extremely important. Now, back to all those city people that say, why are you farming in the desert? Why are you living in the desert? You moved here, I shouldn't say you. They moved here because they like the climate. We farm here because we have to have this climate. To me, there's a difference. We have to have it to do this. They're here because they want to be here. With their swimming pools, their golf courses, their parks, warehouses. Right now, there's a computer chip manufacturing facility coming in. It's in north side of Phoenix. It is going to use 40,000 acre feet of water a year on 10 acres. We use 150,000 acre foot of water a year spread out across 20,000 acres. Do the math. Tell me who's using more water. Also, per acre, their water is all of it gets evaporated. All of it goes, it's for cooling. It's evaporative cooling or whatever. Our water goes back into the ground. All the tailwater or runoff water goes into a drain, goes back into the system, gets used again. If it gets used again and goes off someone else's tailwater, jumps down in the river, goes down to the very next irrigation district. Our water is getting used, or it's going back into the water table. We don't pump water very deep. We're not sucking water out of the aquifer. We're not way down there. All our wells are very shallow. We get water from the city, like city wastewater that's been cleaned. It comes to us. We get a lot of water from, we need a lot of snow as well. People don't realize that. All the snow melt goes into the reservoirs up in the mountains, and they trickle out water, and that fills the alluvial layer that we pull from. But we're not going deep down and sucking water out of this ginormous aquifer that's draining it. No, we don't do that. We need that snow in the mountains. We need the rain in the mountains. We need the reservoirs filled up. Those are very important to us. We're not pulling from the CAP or the Colorado River. Our farm specifically, this 20,000 acre area. I don't farm 20,000 this area, but some farms do. So that's kind of my rant on we're farming here. Been farming here since 1885, and this district has been here since 1885. And people are giving us a hard time. We're farming less acres than have ever been farmed. We're using less water than has ever been used. The city keeps growing. More people keep moving here. Manufacturing is just booming. We're the first stop when you leave California, so all these big manufacturers don't like the tax laws and minimum wage in California. This is the first place when you cross the border. Phoenix, we've got 303 that goes down to I-8, bypasses Phoenix. We've got that's 85, goes down to 8. 303 goes I-17 up to 40. So it's just like a great spot to spread product out on freight. So everyone is moving here, and everyone wants water, but the farmer's the bad guy. I like to tell people on social media, that's fine. Just stop eating, and the farmer will stop growing. We'll stop using water. If you just stop eating, it's that easy. You just don't eat. It's super simple. Don't buy clothes. Don't have a lawn. Whatever. Anyways, it's peaceful out here. You just hear the water and me talking. That laser system is extremely important for helping us be much more efficient with our water as well. Where we'll have these huge pans, and that water only runs 2 inches deep across this whole deal, this whole pan, this whole border level. So I don't have a whole bunch of borders that are uneven, and they're running. Oh, here's a rock. They're uneven, and they're just filling up with real deep water. How they used to do it, they'd have these borders were a lot closer together, and they still weren't very flat, So one side could have 3 foot of water in it, while the other side had 8 inches, or maybe not that crazy, but you get my point. One end could have 8 inches of water deep running all the way down, and the other end could have 2. With this laser system, we make this ground so flat, this water is 2 inches deep all the way across, and it just runs at an even flow towards the end of the field. This is a great sign of good lasering. If you look, the tip of the water is here, right there. The furthest part back is maybe, that might be 15-foot difference. That's, I mean, when you think this is probably 125 foot across, and the biggest difference is 15 foot. That's really good. That's really good. Manuel did a great job. It's good to see our new dual system is working well. Also, be interesting to compare fuel, which I hope he kept a fuel log. I don't know if we have a fuel log. I'm sure I could dig one up, but yeah. Should have thought about that earlier. Oh well. Someone's gonna ask this. I might as well talk about it. From when we take that alfalfa out to where we kill it, to planting new alfalfa, on average it's 2 weeks. We could do it in a week if we really pushed. We do like the ground to sit fallow for a few days, but just let it air out after you deep rip it. Like that oxygen to penetrate the soil. But I would say on average 2 weeks. Obviously, water is very important to us, and that's probably our biggest concern, because a lot of the water we get is from the city water. It's been cleaned. Now that technology is a lot better, that water can be used for more things, and it looks a lot better to places like that chip manufacturing. These are computer chips. Looks a lot better to them. All it's using is for cooling towers. The cities can now sell that water for a lot more money than what a farmer can afford. So it's kind of scary times right now. The more people are moving into here, the chances go up that we can lose water, especially these deals where 100-year deals, 50-year deals, whatever they were, they're coming up. They're coming up to the end of their lifespan, and changes might be made. So I do get nervous. Will my boys have the opportunity to farm here? Yeah, they will. But the acreage will be way down, and a lot of this water will be pumped. But that's what's scary. We losing that city water. I say city water from the clean. It's gone through the sewers, and then if they build, they're talking about building bigger reservoirs. If they build bigger reservoirs, they won't let as much that water trickle out like they used to. That'll affect us, the water we pump. So it is a little bit scary, but can't think about it too much. Just gotta fight, and that's why voting is so important. Electing people that can help us keep our water rights, something that we've been doing in this valley since, like I said, 1800. So anyways, well, thanks for watching the show, you guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget, hit the thumbs up, share this video. We're making hay.